Alrighty, we're live.
Hi there, Michael. Lovely to be with you.
Hi, Sally. How are you? So
I'm really good.
today we're going to be talking about your and my favorite topic on Earth, T minus one. But today's video we're going to be talking about goal setting.
That's right.
And I just thought, just for fun, I'd grab a hold of you and throw you into the deep end of the pool. And for our viewers, Um, from the aspect, let's just give them a quick overview of what T minus one is, and then we'll go directly into goal setting.
T minus one is a moment in time where we freeze time in an attempt to stop the next moment becoming even worse. So in T minus one, stuff is pretty stinky or horrible or scary, and the unconscious mind will stop time. It's not a conscious decision. It's an unconscious response and a protective mechanism. The problem is that that part of ourself or our identity remains stuck in that moment, and that moment throughout life can keep on, playing over and over and over again, that quite stinky, horrible moment. And so the deal with T minus one is to assist that part of ourself to move forward in time. That part of ourself really doesn't want to do that because it's scared, it's not safe. So what Michael and I have been studying together for probably between us nearly half a century is how to assist that part of the self to move in time and to be fully alive and have regained the magic stick or the mojo. So I'd like to say welcome to everybody here, very warm welcome to everybody here. And you may be wondering why Michael and I are hanging out with you. And we're hanging out with you for one main reason, today and at other times with you, because we know what you want. So we can ask you, whilst you are there and you are breathing, to wonder about what you want. Of course, Michael and I do not know the details of what you want, but overall, we know two main things. You want rid of something that, to say the least, is uncomfortable, and you want to regain something for yourself that's more comfortable, more joy, more fun, more excitement, more happiness. So, I am wondering if you could be interested to take a few moments, allow your breathing to safely become a little deeper so you can wonder, what do you want? What do you want to achieve for yourself?
And I think it's useful to identify. Most people are very, very clear about what they don't want. And in their being clear about what they don't want, sometimes that they imagine that that they want the antithesis of what they're currently getting. So if they're getting, if they're getting fear, or they're getting repetitive problems, or they're getting something of that nature, that they're going to have a tendency to want the opposite of that. And I think it would be interesting to point out that the opposite of not being afraid is being afraid. The brain doesn't really track the word not. So
That's
when
right.
you're thinking about what it is specifically that you want, it might be interesting to just settle in and settle down and think about what you've been getting and what you'd really like to choose to have instead.
That's right. And sometimes I like to say, consider that on the left-hand side of a page, you could imagine or actually write what it is you have that you don't want. As Michael's just pointed out, the fear. And mostly, universally for all of us, there's something that we don't want, contains some kind of fear. So it's unsafe in that place, emotionally and psychologically. And on the other side of the page, the right-hand side of the page, the antithesis, as Michael has said, or the opposite, is what you do want for yourself. Your words, your thoughts, your ideas, but that will encompass to be safe, to be yourself. And then what we need to discuss together is how we move across the page, how you uniquely, in your own way, will be able to move across the page to what you do want, but don't really have now, and what you do have that you don't want. And maybe what you don't want is to say no to extra food or the wrong food, or to stop tossing and turning at night, or to stop feeling nervous or angry. And you may be wondering, could that problem state really contain some kind of fear? And as you safely explore it, you will be discovering that somewhere contained within that problem state, which is in the T-1, which Michael and I can talk to you about for hours, and maybe we will in the coming weeks, there will be a fear contained within there. That might be a very young fear, a child, a youngster, a teenager, that to us, now we're a little older than that, may seem illogical, but not to a young mind. How are you doing? So we can ask you, can we not, to safely wonder, gently wonder, easily wonder about what it is, what it really is that you don't want, and its antithesis of what you do want.
When I am helping people setting goals or setting outcomes, one of the things that I have found that helps them, and it doesn't really matter where they begin, whether they begin with a feeling, or if they begin with an image, or maybe they begin with sound. And I want you to really take a few moments and explore feeling, or whatever it is that you're hearing. Because ultimately what we want you to have is the ability to have three-dimensional goal where you're going to know how it's going to feel and what you're going to see through your eyes, what you're going to hear through your ears, and what emotions and sensations that you're experiencing in your body. When you discover for yourself what it is that you really, really want.
And that's going to be a wonderful journey for you. Your journey, nobody else's. And the odd thing is, you can safely begin to do that. And nearly always, when I'm working with someone, there is, of course, a voice, or maybe a feeling, or maybe an image that is overall saying or indicating, I can't do that. I can't stop being nervous. I can't sleep well at night. I can't say no to food. And that I can't voice or image or feeling that represents the I can't, Michael and I next time want to talk to you about that voice. And paradoxically, we don't want to try and get rid of it. We need to begin to hear it, see it, feel it, and explore it in exactly the right and safe way for you.